I don't even feel like I have to do an introduction. It's like they already know. It's like they know the punchline before I even set it up. But here with us today is Loughlin from When Calls the Heart, a wonderful original series right here on Hallmark Channel, and her fan club, or the Hearties, I guess.
Hearties.
That has to feel really good, doesn't it?
They are, I've been in the business a long time, best fans ever. I mean, best fans ever. Hashtag themselves the Hearties early on, out of the gate, been loyal fans. They are the reason we are still here, truly.
Yeah.
Truly. Out of season 1, we were kind of on the bubble, and these guys rallied around us, sent fan letters, and got in touch with the powers that be at Hallmark, and just really have been supportive ever since.
Well, look at their feedback. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, it's all about the fans. Well, let's talk a little bit about Abigail, shall we?
Yeah.
Because she has a new romance in Hope Valley, and there's always some danger involved a little bit with a love interest. What's that all about?
Well, there's some danger here because Pastor Frank is not who he says he is, and he has a shady past. But what I love about When Calls the Heart is it is a show about redemption and forgiveness and starting over. And I like the fact that my character now gets to explore that because she is involved with this man, and it has just been revealed to her that he is actually somebody that has a very bad past. So now she has to sort of come to terms with that and see if she wants to, you know, help him and still stay supportive and in the
I see what's going on
relationship.
here, Lori. Abigail likes the bad boy. I know that. I know.
You know, who
She
doesn't
likes
like a
the
bad boy?
I see what's going on. I'm not clean cut. I'm just never worked out for me.
And that was Mark Humphries in the
Yeah.
picture. Mark Humphries plays Pastor Frank. He's a wonderful actor.
Well, here's a clip. This is Abigail's keeping him on his toes, and it's all with a game of darts.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Is this how I hold it?
Yeah, very close. Just, yeah, that's it. 2 fingers there. Just relax. It's
Okay.
nice and easy. It's gonna be
Okay.
real smooth. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, give it a shot. Okay, not bad, not bad. Try again. Just boom.
Okay.
Wow, that's what I call beginner's luck.
I never said I was a beginner.
But you didn't even know how to hold a dart.
I'd forgotten.
Wait a minute. Have I just been taken?
I don't know. Have you?
It seems I'm not the only one with some secrets around here.
A little mystery can be a good thing.
What else don't I know about you?
Well, you'll have to stick around and find out.
I was just going to say, a sense of mystery is always a good thing, right? Playing a little hard to get. Okay, so one lucky person in our audience today gets to ask you a question. Yay. We wanted to get from one of our Hearties, and we have Stacy Kuntz.
How do you provide a normal childhood for your kids in the crazy town of Hollywood?
Oh, my
Ooh,
goodness.
that's a good question,
Well,
Stacey.
I have 2 teenage girls. That's challenging enough. They're 16 and 17. You know, we just try to have a strong family unit. I mean, I try to be very present in their lives, try to stay up with, you know, what's going on in their lives. I'm always talking to them. I think a lot of the time I'm white noise, but I hope it's getting through. But, you know, my husband and I are married 18 years now.
That's great.
So I think, you know, we have that family unit. We try to do family dinner together all the time. You know, but it's challenging. It's always challenging. But you know, I think to just really be present in your kids' lives, as you know,
I know,
you just
yeah.
have to be present and be paying attention and listening. And especially with teenagers, you know, they don't always talk a lot. So you just try to be on it.
I have a question for you because mine are 12 and 14. Yours
Mine are 11 and 12.
Yep.
So I'm coming up on this a few more years sooner than you. Handing them the keys to the car,
it's
you know, and
nerve-wracking.
yeah, you know, your youngest is now 16.
Yes, they each now have their license. They are both driving.
It's scary. I can't imagine.
It's very scary. You know, little children, little problems, big children, big problems.
That can't be white noise, though. What you tell them, they have to hear.
No, and you hope that they do because they all have these devices that are just glued to their hands. And
that's your number one rule. What?
Do not take that phone, put it in the back, put it in the trunk. I don't want to see it. Do not text, because that's, you know, it's interesting. over the years, we've really been on the drinking and driving, right?
Yeah.
For young people, don't drink and drive. For everybody,
Yeah.
don't drink and drive. And that's finally with Uber and taxi and whatever. You're seeing that go down now.
It's so true.
But the number one thing for young people now is texting and driving. It's the number one fatalities, behind the wheel of a car because they're texting and driving. So, I tell them all the time, I hope that they're listening.
And it's interesting. It's a family affair as well because the kids are looking at the parents to see if they also do it.
Did your kids
and sometimes
do that?
my 12-year-old daughter will say to me, if I just have the phone just right next to me and I'm not on it, she'll say, "Now, Mommy, remember, don't go on your phone when you're driving."
Right.
Yeah.
It's so smart that
they're
she
now
thinks
reminding
that.
us.
But that's
right?
great. And listen, we're all like caught up in what's going on in these little devices. It's,
I
a little
know when
scary.
I take my kids in the car, they obviously they're not driving, but they want to run the music. They
Oh, yes.
want to put on their songs, and it scares me because I think when the day does come and they're with their friends and it's going to be a distraction, so I want to get that out of their hand. It made us think back when we had this conversation before. Back in season 1, we've done so many stories on the show. We had a woman come on, her name was Bonnie Spray, and her daughter was in an accident. She was texting while driving, and she passed away. This was back in 2007. Take a look at this because we really want this to resonate with our viewers. Take a look.
March 31st, 2006. Amanda had spent the day in Manteca. It had rained all day, and I just had an odd feeling. I said, "Amanda, stay in Manteca." She's like, "No, Mom, I want to come home." So she headed home and took a different route that she normally did, and she was on her cell phone.
It was just past 7 p.m. when I went through the stop sign. My car rolled 3 times, and the only part of the roof that wasn't caved in was the part over my head. I know I'm lucky to be alive.
Truck 5271's at the wrecked one passenger vehicle on its stop.
On April 1st, 2007, we received an emergency response call. Upon arrival, we found a car that had gone over the embankment and a person pinned inside.
The first responders came to the hospital too and informed us that it took 40 minutes to get her out of the car.
You look at that and you can't imagine what to answer that phone call and hear on the other line that voice.
And it happened twice. The first time was a warning, and then she passed away the second time. And all of us as parents, I can't imagine, how we would ever react.
And that's the thing with kids; they think they're invincible. The kids just don't realize. And I would encourage every parent to show that clip. I know I'm going to show my girls.
Yeah.
It's really important. We just have to keep talking and keep telling them because it really is. I think there's statistically there's on the road 660,000 drivers at any given moment are distracted by cell phone devices.
Yeah.
So.
Never quit having that conversation because it does take time. It takes time. I can't tell you how many times I tell my kids to pick up the room and pick up the wet towels.
Yes.
Sooner or later, they're going to start doing it.
Let me know your tips on that.
But it only takes one time.
No,
it takes one time.
And listen, I look, everyone's, you don't want to scare your kids. I'm sorry, in this case, I think say whatever you can to scare them. Scare the daylights out of them. Scare them because it could save their lives.
Please have that conversation. If you would like to have more information on how you can have that dialogue and get more safety tips for your teens, please visit distraction.gov. It's so important.